to advise a company, you can advise in a Corp-fin model, what we have been talking about. You can advise many things in a company. First, you can advise on the share repurchase strategy. Then you can advise on debt to EBITDA. That would be based on how a company's debt to EBITDA multiple would move, because ultimately you have got projection of the company. Then you can also advise on the other return on capital method, whether a dividend increase or a share repurchase increase. That's a broad sense of talking about for those share repurchase. And the leverage part, you can also advise on the convertible debt part, because you have this engine which will give you share price. So anything that talks about a default trajectory for the share price is something that you could do. Now, where could this analysis go wrong, or what are the drawbacks in the share price that I just talked about? The drawback is that all the equity analysts or all the consensus is an upward moving. So if you go beyond a point, you can say that, okay, after 5 years, we can say the company would go at 5% if you don't have the exact estimate. But again, that 5% sales growth is a bit ambitious. So you have to be careful while you use these kind of a data and tweak them. So we can do analysis of share repurchase. The debt policy, we can do analysis regarding the convertible bond. So those would be analysis. The other analysis that we could do is merger and acquisition. And it's interesting to note that if you merge a company, you need to find out how much extra cash do you have. Will taking on the debt create some trouble for you? So in that aspect, if you take more debt, then you have to project how your debt would look like. Now those things would depend on the assumptions that you are taking for the company that you are merging. So again, you have to play around with the multiples, EV by EBITDA multiples and things like that. So taking a weighted average of the multiple and doing things like that would help you uh, find out whether that merger or acquisition is taking you in a lot of debt that you ideally don't want to go. So these are few analysis that you can do as a Corp team.